Chapter 1. Grayson. Faster. Grayson Hawthorne was power and control. His form was flawless. He'd long ago perfected the art of visualizing his opponent, feeling each strike, channeling his body's momentum into every block, every attack. But you could always be faster. After his 10th time through the sequence, Grayson stopped, sweat dripping down his bare chest, keeping his breathing even and controlled. He knelt in front of what remained of their childhood treehouse, unrolled his back, and surveyed his choices. Three daggers, two with ornate hilts, and one understated and smooth. It was his last blade that Grayson picked up. Knife in hand, Grayson straightened, his arms by his side. Mind clear, body free of tension. Begin. There were many styles of knife fighting, and the year he was 13, Grayson had studied them all. Of course, billionaire Tobias Hawthorne's grandsons had never merely studied anything. Once they'd chosen a focus, they were expected to live it, breathe it, master it. And this was what Grayson had learned that year. Stance was everything. You didn't move the blade, you moved. And the blade moved faster, faster. It had to feel natural. It had to be natural. The moment your muscles tensed, the moment you stopped breathing, the moment you broke your stance instead of flowing from one to the next, you lost. And Hawthorns didn't lose. When I told you to get a hobby, that this isn't what I meant. Grayson ignored Sanders' presence for as long as it took to finish the sequence and throw the dagger with exact precision at a low hanging branch 6 feet away. Hawthorns don't have hobbies, he told his little brother, walking to retrieve the blade. We have specialties, expertise. Anything worth doing is worth doing well, Sandra quoted, wiggling his eyebrows, one of which had only just started to grow back after an experiment gone wrong. And anything done well can be done better. Why would a Hawthorne settle for better? A voice whispered in the back of Grayson's mind, when they could be the best. Grayson closed his hand around the dagger hilt and pulled. I should be getting back to work. You are a man obsessed, Sandra declared. Grayson secured the dagger in its holder, then rolled the pack back up, tying it closed. I have 28 billion reasons to be obsessed. Every had set an impossible task for herself and for them. 5 years to give away more than $28 billion. That was the majority of the Hawthorne fortune. They'd spent the past 7 months just assembling the foundation boards and advisory committee. We have 5 more months to nail down the first 3 billion in donations, Grayson stated crisply. And I promised Avery I would be there with her every step of the way. Promises mattered to Grayson Hawthorne, and so did Avery Kylie Grams, the girl who had inherited their grandfather's fortune, the stranger who had become one of them. Speaking as someone with friends, a girlfriend, and a small army of robots, I just think you could do with a little more balance in your life. Xander opened an actual hobby. Downtime? Grayson gave him a look. "You've filled at least 3 patents since school let out for the summer last month, Xan." Xander shrugged. "They're recreational patents." Grayson snorted, then assessed his brother. "How is Isaiah?" he asked softly. Growing up, none of the Hawthorne brothers had known their father's identities until Grayson had discovered that his was Sheffield Grayson. Nash's was a man named Jake Nash, and Xander's was Isaiah Alexander. One of the three men, only Isaiah actually deserved to be called a father. He and Xander had felt those recreational patents together. "We're supposed to be talking about you," said stubbornly. "I should get back to work," Grayson reiterated, adopting a tone that was very effective and putting everyone, except his brothers, in their place. And despite that, Avery and Jameson seemed to believe, "I don't need a babysitter." "You don't need a babysitter," Xander agreed cheerfully. "And I am definitely not writing a book entitled The Care and Feeling of Your Broody 20-year-old Brother." Grayson's eyes narrowed to slits. "I can assure you," Xander said with great solemnity, "it doesn't have pictures." Before Grayson could summon an appropriate threat in response, his phone buzzed. Assuming it was the figure he'd requested, Grayson picked the phone up only to discover a text from Nash. He looked back at Xander and knew instantly that his youngest brother had received the same message. Grayson was the one who read the fateful missive out loud. 911.